Hello, friends. I am Rose. Welcome to Story with Blue Lady, where we bring you stories full of wonder and excitement. Let's get started. Today's story is For Friends versus the Hunter. Once upon a time, deep within a dense jungle, there lived three inseparable friends: a deer named Dash, a crow named Flare, and a mouse named Nibble. These three companions had shared a strong bond since the day they first met, forming a friendship that was as solid as the towering trees in their jungle home. They not only enjoyed each other's company, but also shared their meals, protected one another from danger, and lived peacefully in their lush environment. One sunny morning, while the three friends were sitting by a cool riverbank enjoying some fruits, a turtle slowly crawled toward them. His hard shell gleamed in the sunlight, but there was a sadness in his eyes. The turtle, named Shelly, had spent most of his life alone, feeling vulnerable and out of place in the jungle. Watching the joyful companionship of the three friends, he decided to approach them. "Hello, my dear friends," said Shelley timidly. "I have been watching you for some time now, and I can see how close you all are. I was wondering if I might join your group and become your friend. I have no one to share my days with, and the jungle is full of dangers for a slow-moving creature like me." The three friends exchanged glances. Flare, the sharp-eyed crow, tilted his head and spoke first. "You are most welcome, Shelley. Friendship knows no limits, and we would be happy to have you." However, Dash, the wise deer, had some concerns. "You see, Shelley," he began kindly, "we are able to escape danger quickly. I can dash into the thick bushes, Flare can soar into the sky, and Nibble can hide in the smallest of holes. But you move much slower, and this jungle is full of hunters who would love to catch a turtle like you." "That is exactly why I want to be part of your group," Shelley explained. "I know that alone, I am vulnerable. But with friends like you, I believe I will be safer. Together, we can watch over one another." Nibble, always thoughtful, nodded. "Shelley is right. In unity, we can find strength. Let's welcome him." Just as they were agreeing to let Shelley join their group, a rustling sound disturbed the peace of the jungle. From behind the bushes, a hunter emerged, his eyes scanning the surroundings. His hunting gear clinked as he moved, and in his hand, he held a net, his primary weapon for capturing wild animals. The friends instantly recognized the danger. Without wasting a second, Dash sprinted into the dense jungle, his swift legs carrying him far from the hunter's reach. Flare, with a powerful flap of his wings, shot into the sky, his sharp eyes fixed on the hunter's every move from above. Nibble dashed into a nearby hole, disappearing into the earth as quickly as a shadow. But poor Shelley was left behind. Despite his best efforts to crawl away, his short legs couldn't carry him fast enough. The hunter spotted him immediately. "Aha! A turtle? It may be slow, but it'll make a fine meal." The hunter chuckled darkly, throwing his net over Shelley. Trapped in the net, Shelley struggled, but it was no use. The hunter picked him up, thinking of how he had missed the chance to catch a deer, but was at least lucky enough to capture this turtle. From the sky, Flare watched in horror. He quickly flew back to his friends, who were now hiding in a safe spot. "Shelley's been caught," he cried, flapping his wings anxiously. "We must do something." Dash, Flare, and Nibble gathered in a hurry, their hearts heavy with worry. "We cannot leave Shelley to the hunter's mercy," Dash said. "We must come up with a plan," the friends thought quickly. After a brief discussion, they decided on a clever plan that would not only free Shelley but also trick the hunter into leaving the jungle altogether. Each of them had a role to play, and they were determined to work together to save their new friend. Flare flew high above to keep an eye on the hunter, who was walking along the riverbank with Shelley tied in his net. Dash, meanwhile, ran ahead, unnoticed by the hunter, and found a spot further up the trail. There, he lay down on the ground and pretended to be dead, his body limp and motionless. The hunter, tired from his trek and disappointed by his failure to catch a deer earlier, was thrilled when he saw Dash lying on the ground ahead. "A deer!" he exclaimed, his eyes lighting up with greed. "Now I'll have a feast fit for a king, and I can sell its beautiful skin at the market." Excited, the hunter placed Shelley on the ground, eager to collect the deer. As soon as the hunter hurried toward Dash, Nibble quickly sprang into action. He raced over to Shelley and, with his sharp teeth, began gnawing at the ropes of the net that bound his friend. In no time, Nibble had freed Shelley, who gratefully crawled as fast as he could toward the river. Just as the hunter reached the deer, Dash suddenly sprang to life. In a flash, he leapt to his feet and dashed back into the jungle, his graceful movements too fast for the hunter to comprehend. The hunter stood there, dumbfounded, watching as his prize disappeared into the trees. Angry and confused, the hunter turned back, only to find that Shelley, too, was gone. The net lay on the ground, torn apart, and there was no sign of the turtle. The hunter's jaw dropped in disbelief. What just happened?" he muttered to himself, rubbing his eyes as if waking from a bad dream. Did that deer come back to life? And where did the turtle go? This must be some kind of sorcery. Terrified by what he believed to be supernatural forces at work, the hunter gathered his things and fled from the jungle, vowing never to return. Once the hunter was gone, the four friends reunited by the riverbank, overjoyed that their plan had worked perfectly. "You all saved my life," Shelley said, his eyes filled with gratitude. "I was right to trust in the power of friendship." Dash smiled warmly. "It wasn't just us, Shelley. Together, we saved you. From now on, we'll always protect each other." Flare flew down and perched on Dash's back, while Nibble scurried up to sit by Shelley's side. The four friends, now bound by an even stronger bond, continued their lives in the jungle, sharing not only their meals but also their unbreakable loyalty and trust. And from that day on, they lived happily ever after, knowing that in times of danger, they would always have each other's backs. The lesson they carried in their hearts was clear: friendship, unity, and trust could overcome any challenge, no matter how great. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more magical adventures. Until next time.